Alright, I guess this is my first video review, but I just recently bought a family camping tent and was trying to do some research on it, and the only video of this thing was of a dude putting it together in time-lapse inside his room. So I figured I got it today, I'd go ahead and do what I've learned is an unboxing. This is the Coleman Red Canyon family tent, modified dome tent. Purchased it from Amazon for $119.99. Got free shipping because I elected to have it delivered at their convenience. Super Saver shipping, I think is what they call it. Aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and unbox it and let's see what's inside. Alright, there it is. Coleman Red Canyon tent. 8-person. I've got a wife and a baby. So more like a couple and a porta crib. Go ahead and take a look. See what's inside. So we've got some directions. We've got the please don't return to where you purchased it. Please call us. I recommend that for defects, but if you're just not happy with it, just send it back to who you got it from. Looks like a gear loft here to attach at the apex of the dome. And then this is one of the things I like about these cheap family dome tents. I come from a canoe camping, backpacking background, so now I'm getting into this recreational camping. Instead of making a nylon bottom tent, they just go ahead and make it out of the tarp you would put underneath it anyway, which is probably good for any state camping you might be doing. If there's a rocky bottom or something like that, I might go ahead and put a protective covering on the ground. But that's just me. Try and get the most I can out of things. Looks like we got the main tent lined up on the outside. Poles. Pegs. One of the things I did do was I went ahead and ordered some ABS plastic tent pegs just because they're kind of unbreakable. I've got a canoe made out of ABS plastic and it's lasted a good long time. Mainly because I read a lot of bad things about them, or these stakes. They seem pretty strong, but if you notice they're very thin, so if it rains or anything like that and there's high wind, these are going to come right out of the ground. But I might save them, or I am going to save them, because who knows what you can use them for. I make a lot of homemade grills and stuff like that, so I might be use it for that. Looks like we've got a white tent fly. That was not in the picture online. But no, these are the room dividers. That's what these are. Supposedly it's 3 room, but I mean I can imagine when my little guy gets bigger, you might want to stay at one end of it if it lasts that long. I hope it does. But like I said, this is my first family camp purchase. So you have 2 room dividers. I think the rooms were like 4x10 on either side, and in the middle, I think it comes out to like probably like 9x7 or something like that. Regardless, this looks like a floor mat or a door mat. I don't know. We'll find out. It's got 2 stake points. This is probably the entrance door mat to put in front of your tent. And judging by the color on the picture and the seams, this is your rain fly right here. And then we've got our tent body. Alright, well, cool deal. So a setup is required at this point, and can't do that here, so moving on. So there's the tent. One of the things didn't know came with it, a nice little doormat. And it came with exactly the right amount of pegs. Let's talk about what I like first, initially. We'll talk about what I don't like after that. The reason I ordered this tent is a full coverage rain fly. Not all the way to the ground, but some of them just barely come past the windows. Definitely prefer, you know, that help. D-style door. This is the tent with the walls up, back window. It's pretty cool. It comes with a little drying rack hanging right in front of the window there. That's pretty neat. And then this wall is up here. So pretty cool. Walls drop pretty easily. Just like so. So then there's that part of the tent. Let's go ahead and take this one off so you can see the full extent of El Tento. You'll have to forgive me, I'm filming with an iPad. So, thank you, grandparents Andrews, or parents-in-law Andrews, but Hudson's grandparents. If I come to one end of it, that's the view to the other end. There's the gear loft right there. I love that because you can just drop I use one of those umbrella lights that goes around an umbrella pole. You just put that up there, you got light in your tent. There's a pocket like that on each end. I'm leaning up against the other one right now. Pretty well ventilated, but also it holds some heat. I'm feeling pretty hot right now. I'm sure there's some other things that I could like about this tent, but you always remember the dislikes more than you remember the likes. So let's just go ahead and dive into those real quick. And no deal breakers, just something I'll have to see how it handles in the first rain. First thing I didn't like was that, you can't really tell on this thing, but where the bottom of the door there, it actually comes out past the lip of the rain fly. So if it's raining and I open the door, it's going to go in the tent. At least that's my assumption. Now there's a pretty good ridge up here, so I'm thinking it's just going to run right off to the other side, but I'm still nervous about that, but hey, we'll see what happens. Oh, another like. This thing's really cool. It wasn't as advertised. On Amazon it shows a vent that unzips and lets you get through and all this other stuff that's located like right here. But I like this even better. It's just an open mesh and you stake out the rain cover on it, and it just allows cool air to flow up underneath it, which is kind of neat. Dig the big windows. I'll show you what I'm going to do when we actually camp later, but I'm going to actually undo this guy line here and roll those up so that triangular window on the end can let some light in. If it rains, it'll be quick to put back down. Things I don't like. I wish I didn't have to guy these out at such a long angle. It's just going to be a hazard, but I mean, like I said, small things, not really deal breakers in any way. I tried to get as taut a pitch as I could by staking the bottom out, as you saw earlier, first, but it's about as tight as I could get it. Some other don't likes. The poles on top hold it so tight that I actually have trouble closing that zipper. I think it might be easier to go from the bottom to the top. Let's see. Yeah, it still gets really tight right about here, where I actually have to push it down and hold it together in order to zip it all the way up, which I can't see that zipper lasting that long if that's the case. But I saved all my stuff. Might try and pitch it somewhat differently. I don't really know how I don't know what I could do to fix that, but any suggestions, I know you guys will comment, so that's cool. Anywho, that's one downfall. The guy lines. This was another thing. I pitched it out, but I've already got what look like holes. I'm sure it seems like it might just be stressed tarp material or polyethylene, but I think I'm gonna have to seal it up just to be safe before I do anything. But on every corner there's that one. There it is on that one. I mean, I could go around the tent, but I don't really like that so much. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, it was definitely a two-man job. Highly recommend having two people to put this tent up. There's the vent there. Just lets cool air up underneath it. The hot air goes out the top. It is very well ventilated. That is all mesh. All right there. And I'm going to go ahead and set up. I'm going to roll the rain fly up. Open those windows there. Let you see what that looks like. Alright. So this is tent with the rain fly rolled up on the corners like I wanted to do. So like that. So we got a lot of nice sunlight. I wouldn't say so much privacy, but pick your campsite accordingly. Other than that, it's nature. Pretty neat stuff. I'm okay with it. Like I said, I'm iffy about the door. I'm iffy about the door. Seems like the zipper would break fairly quickly under all that tension. It unzips beautifully. Doesn't zip up so well. I gotta say, another thing I left out that I really like about this tent is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 attachment points for that fly to attach to the tent. And then there are 6 guy out points. So you got the 2 on the front here, and you got 2 on the back, and then 1 on either side if you need it. And so it's not going anywhere. It's like I said, I mean, it rained yesterday. It's like I said in the unboxing, like, I'm concerned about those stakes out there because there's a lot of tension on them. But I'll just, use my ABS poles. Probably am going to use the original stakes just to stake the tent straight to the ground. I don't see too much worry with that. Plus the actual tent loops that you're supposed to put the stakes through, I don't think the ABS ones would fit. I just thought of something. I've seen a lot of people question how to use these things. I mean, honestly, I think it's called a, I don't even know what it's called, but I use a knot when I'm backpacking. It's real simple. These come with a lot of recreational tents. I don't know if you can see how it's done there, but you got the knot, goes down under the stake, and then this comes up, just goes through. And I don't know if I can hold the pad and make this happen for you. I really can't, but if you take this and you pull it towards you, you should be able to slide this up very easily. I've seen a lot of people even argue about these things not working. They work, you just have to know how to use them. But it's one of those things I just ignore. Anywho, I guess that's all I have to say about the Coleman Red Canyon tent. We're taking it out the first weekend of April. So we'll see how it does, and obviously I'll get you some video from that, and I'll get you a follow-up.